We're from St. Teresa. Chris and I, lived there for many, many years. And when we heard that you guys were opening up this coffee shop, the cafe, we were really interested. We loved the idea and thought it was, right up our alley. And so we came numerous times to the cafe and just had lovely, just really enjoyed ourselves, whether we were bringing young couples with us to talk about doing some marriage prep stuff, or a couple of times we came here in between weddings and receptions, maybe attended, the wedding at St. John's and then brought our family here, and this was just like the perfect, lovely setting. And it just had this place of peace and beauty, and I just was intrigued and wanted to know more. And so when I saw that there was a workshop being offered, we jumped right in. So Chris and I have been married for 38 years, and we, have always desired to raise a holy family. Like, our marriage is our vocation. It's just, we try to live under the favor of the Lord and call upon Him for His grace and blessing and His love in raising our family. And so we kind of have a passion for trying to, come up with ways to grow in holiness in our home. And we've always considered ourselves a domestic church. But when the way you guys, what you were inviting us into was a taste of heaven in your home, and to be a Trinity house. And so it was intriguing. And so we attended the workshop and really enjoyed it. That was probably about 8 years ago. Is that probably right? Yeah, a long time ago. And I loved hearing about the way you approached building this Trinity home. And so the different levels just made sense to me. The foundation is Christ, and then the second level of relationships, and the economy of household for the third, and the family culture, and then finally hospitality being the fifth level of opening up our home. And it was really useful and helpful in helping Chris and I to kind of be more intentional about helping our family to grow in holiness and to thrive. So that's kind of how we, years ago, we came as like participants in the workshop, and then just really, found ourselves using the material. It was a great place for us to, for wonderful conversation between Chris and I came from that workshop. And so then we started enjoying getting the newsletter, and loved the toolboxes for each one of the levels. And so we would just, kind of the way our household works is, I'm always looking for things for the family, and when I find something that works, then I share them with Chris, and then we kind of collaborate on how to, implement new ideas or new thoughts, and springboard from there, so that our family can just, kind of take on some of the problems that maybe we're facing, or realize that maybe we're called to do, the Lord's inviting us to do other things, or to open up our home, or just a variety of things. So I've really enjoyed the workshop and enjoyed the toolbox. I think families, holy families are kind of the answer to it all. Families that are just focused on Christ, and where, their husbands and wives are just really committed to helping each other to grow in holiness. And for young couples, I think sometimes they're like, how do we do that? Or is anybody else doing that? So I would say that the workshops absolutely kind of open up our minds to this possibility, and then actually do equip us with the ideas of how to grow that, Christ as our foundation, and just for all the different levels. It really did equip me. And then with the different newsletters, like each week is focused on a different level. Therefore, it was like we could just kind of, in a real relaxed way, just continue to delve into the different levels and see how we could, as a family, continue to grow. And I think we're bombarded with lots of negative stuff in our culture and in our world, and people can feel really like it's just, too big to take on, and feel kind of hopeless. But man, I'll tell you, when you think about, when you just bring it right back down to just your little home, your little family, and if you can let Christ be the center and see the gift and the blessing that's right before you, it motivates you to want to just give yourself to it. You're like making a difference in the big world by just loving the people that are right in front of you. I think something I really enjoyed also is level 2, about, really coming to know just kind of seeing the differences in the different people. I've got 7 kids, and they're all so unique, and to kind of see their gifts, their strengths, their weaknesses, and see all of it as like from the Lord, and say, okay, how can we best love each other and thrive together? So I would say the workshop was fantastic. I appreciate the work that you and Ever do to put together that toolbox. You've scoured so many wonderful resources and put them together. And I can trust that what I'm going to receive is going to be kind of in accord with the building up of my family, my Catholic family, and therefore building up the church. So it's exciting to think I want to build the kingdom, and I can just do that at my dinner table, it's raising a family is hard, and so it's nice to get these little ideas that will kind of help me tackle some of the issues that we have to face within a family. I always say that family is like, I'll have said it in our home, there should be a sign that says danger zone, construction happening here, the family is being built, and our family is under construction, and there's some pitfalls. And so I kind of feel like the toolbox has given me some resources that I can go to kind of strengthen or fix, or not really fix, but help to build my family. I will say that when I went to the workshop, I loved the way Ever described the Trinity. She sat and just walked me through, walked the participants through this beautiful icon. But I would have to say, like in prayer, that I always go back to, like, the deepest truth is that I'm a beloved daughter of the Father, and a disciple of the Son, and that the love between the two is what is happening within my home. And so for Chris and I to be so rooted in our understanding of, and desiring to grow in our understanding of who God is, who the Trinity is, who the Father, the Son, and the Spirit are, and then to share that love with each other and have it spill over with our children is, I won't explain that exactly right, but it's kind of this mysterious, beautiful thing that when people walk into my home, I hope that they are welcomed by the people in my home, that they're aware that they're loved by the Lord, and then they share that with those who come into our home. And for those who are sitting around my dinner table, my children, my grandchildren, my children's families, that they know that that the love that we're pouring out on them comes from the Lord, and that love is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So.